can't even see Statue of Liberty today, and usually it's bright and clear. It's generated a kind of a cough all day long. I quit smoking 50 years ago, but it's kind of a cough that I would have when I was smoked.
It's a bit cloudy, makes my eyes water, you know. As I had to bring her out today, you know, we had to make sure keep our mask on because of the air quality, to make sure that, you know, we are okay. But you can't stay out here for too long, but you had to do what you had to do, so we had to get back inside.
I've been here for like 40 years and I haven't seen anything like this. The air quality is just terrible.
I want to make sure my lungs stay healthy, because if you breathe in the particles from the smoke, they'll collect in your lungs and you could get disease from it.
Weeks of uncontrollable flames blanketing the skies in large parts of North America. Swaths of Canadian forest ravaged, millions of hectares reduced to ashes. More than 20,000 Canadian residents displaced.
The air quality, not just in Canada, but right across the eastern portion of North America, is very significant. I think by all measures, this is perhaps the worst year that we have experienced with wildfires as long as we've been keeping records.
Wildfires are plunging the country into a crisis. Described as devastating by the government, they could become the worst the country has ever seen. According to the Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Service, there are more than 400 active fires across Canada at present. 246 of them are out of control. Hundreds of firefighters from across the world have flown to Canada to help out.
It's an extremely dense forest that can't be penetrated with relatively few paths. So the helicopter is essential to be able to work and get to the edges of the fire. The other specificity is that there are no water points. We don't have a reserve of water tanks like we have in the south of France. So we have to adapt to the multitude of water courses in the area and work with natural water points and suction procedures in these natural water points to be able to use the water to extinguish and reach the edges.
We're on an earth scraping operation because the fire can smolder under the moss. So our job is to scrape away the moss to try and limit the risk of new fires starting in the coming days.
Canada experiences a wildfire season between May and October every year, but this level of destruction is unprecedented. This time around, the fires have specifically been widespread, numerous, and intense, burning through more than 10 million acres in Canada. What are the causes of these wildfires? What are the other transcontinental wildfires that need our attention? And is there a way to prepare for wildfires? Let's find out. So what exactly is a wildfire? It's described as an unplanned and unpredictable fire in an area of combustible vegetation. Wildfires can start with a natural occurrence, such as a lightning strike or a human-made spark. However, it is often the weather conditions that determine how much a wildfire grows. The United States' northern neighbor is home to some of the world's densest forests. It's the reason it experiences wildfires every year. But this year, the wildfires are more severe than ever before. Canada is currently battling its most shattering wildfire season on record. The blaze has destroyed much of the country. It has created hazardous, smoky conditions across the continent and beyond, reaching as far as Norway in northern Europe. The worst affected province is Quebec in eastern Canada. The region has recorded 155 fires so far. There are also 70 active fires in Alberta, which is at the highest level of preparedness, and 68 in British Columbia. 20 of the 45 new wildland fires recorded are in Ontario. This is a video shot aboard a passenger jet in another province of Canada, Nova Scotia. It shows a plume rising in the sky.
Travel and activity in our woods is banned. We're going to stop the travel. We have to do what we can to make sure we don't have any new fires popping up.
Tim Houston, the Premier of Nova Scotia, says the damage is extensive. He announced a provincial ban on travel and activity in wooded areas. The idea? To reduce the risk of more fires. The fact is that fires are now burning in every Canadian province except for Prince Edward Island, and Nunavut, a sparsely populated frigid territory in Canada's far north. The amount of land consumed is also striking. More than 4.4 million hectares have burned so far this year in North American country.
While this is an overall reduction in parts of Alberta, Nova Scotia, and Quebec, where people have been able to return home, many are still displaced. And as fires continue to threaten their communities, we're working very closely with our provincial, territorial, and municipal partners and First Nations partners to ensure that we provide support to those who have been evacuated.